Oh, hello everybody. I've had a problem for quite some time and it's not as serious as you think, but it has to do with my hair. I have really thick, coarse, dry, frizzy hair. I have so much of it that it's pretty difficult to manage. When I was young, I used to buy shampoo bottles and conditioner based on the type of picture that I saw on the bottle. And that would be women with long, luscious, silky looking hair. And I thought that if I bought that bottle, I would achieve that look. But over the years, I was heavily disappointed and realized that wasn't the case. So I did a little bit more research. Especially during this quarantine, I have learned a lot. Now, anytime someone comes up with an issue, the best thing to do is to find a solution. I've spent a lot of time figuring out ways to take care of myself, and one of the ways was hair management. We had no salons, we had nothing to access, so the best thing to do was try things at home and get the right products. So I did a bunch of research, and by research I mean watching a bunch of YouTube videos, finding common themes, and then taking those notes and then trying it out myself. I'm not claiming I am a scientist or a hair care expert, but I had a hypothesis and then I tested out my results, my variables, like a science experiment, and these are the results that I've come out with. Now, please keep in mind that if you have thin hair, this is maybe not for you, but those who have thick hair that live in humid environments, this is what I've tested and come up with. Like many science experiments, the only way for you to see if something works is if you test it out yourself. So I gathered all the different notes and tips that I got from watching these videos, and I decided to integrate it into a routine for the last 2 months. And if ever it didn't work immediately, I would adjust it. And the only way for you to see if something works is if you do something consistently. I'm going to show you my entire routine from hair mask to aftercare. The first step to the road of hair nourishment is hair mask. Now, essentially what hair masks do is you leave it on for a long period of time and it adds excess moisture to your hair. But one of the things that you have to remember is the type of product that you are purchasing, making sure that you don't have any sort of bad ingredients in it. Some of the bad ones include sulfates, parabens, SLS. These are different ingredients that will strip off oils in your hair or just make it artificially look nice, but it's not actually doing anything. Once I purchased the hair mask, I made sure that I followed a consistent schedule. Because I am rehabilitating my hair, I've decided that I wanted to use the hair mask twice a week. So hair mask on Monday and Friday. And I leave it on for about 10 to 40 minutes long because I really want to see that effect and really make sure that my hair is absorbing, like get it in kind of thing. Absorb it, please, so my hair can get better. Let's go. Okay, so now we're in this bathroom and we are going to start out with number 3 Olaplex. This is a hair mask and it repairs and strengthens all type of hair. As you can see, I'm almost finished with it. This is 2 months worth. What I want to do is get some product on. Now, with hair mask, I apply a lot because I just want it all over my hair. Oh wait, I forgot to turn on the water and wet my hair first. So now I have the inconvenience of holding all of this. No pain, no gain. I'm just wetting my hair. Now, the temperature of the hair, that's always a big debate on the YouTubes, but I've heard that cold water is actually pretty good for your hair. So for the hair mask, I'm going to apply cold water, but usually when I wash my hair regularly, I just use warm water because I can't stand cold water. Now what you need to do is you need to towel dry the hair. What I just do is I just get rid of the excess water, and then don't like scrunch it up or add friction to it, just gently get that water out. Now time to put on the hair mask. Here we go, here we go. Now just apply all of that product in. And then now the most annoying part, which is so what you're gonna do is you're going to nicely and gently kind of get that product in your scalp because that's where all your hair starts growing. Lightly brush out your hair. I can imagine how ugly this looks, but now that I have put on some hair mask. I'm going to start putting it in a bun so I can let it simmer like it's food. Now, my best clips. I just put it up like this and then, okay, get that in. There you go. We shall wait for 10 minutes. Hey Google, switch on my alarm for 10 minutes. Oh, you heard me. So what exactly can you do during the 10 to 40 minutes time span? There are a lot of things you can do. One of the things is watching an episode of something on Netflix, something that you prefer. You could read a book. You can mindlessly scroll through social media. I usually like to pair my hair care routine with a mask. So, and there, I have a face mask on. Magic. But time is up, so let's go. So number one, when you are going to start shampooing your hair, make sure that you wet your hair and you apply a dime size amount. You know, the tendency is if you think you have a lot of hair, you want to put a lot and get that product in. But too much product is actually not so good because you want to make sure that you're able to rinse it off. So how much is enough? Apparently, based from research, dime size amount is a good enough amount. Now the next thing is when you are putting that on your hair, make sure you are applying it onto your scalp because that's where your hair growth starts. And eventually when you wet your hair, the product is going to slide down your hair. Make it a little bit wet so that it starts bubbling up. So there's this thing called surfactants, which is a type of ingredient in your shampoo that kind of adds the bubbles in the ingredients to show that the product is working. It actually doesn't do anything, but supposedly the bubbles will help indicate how much time you are spending and it's actually getting onto your hair. Now, when you're massaging onto your hair, you don't want to scrunch up. You want to be gentle. Just like anything in life, be gentle. Use in moderation. Gently scrub side to side, not up and down, so you don't frizz up your hair. And one more tip when you are shampooing your hair is that you need to make sure that you leave it on for about a minute or so and just take the time to get that shampoo in your hair, or else nothing will really happen. Now moving on to conditioner. When you are applying your conditioner, this is the step where you actually help soften your hair. When you are applying your conditioner, make sure that you also apply a dime size amount and then start from your scalp and slowly massage it onto your hair. Make sure that you slowly apply it and slowly brush it out so that it's smooth and all that product goes in. And when you're applying your conditioner, similar to a hair mask, leave it on for about 1 to 2 minutes so that you can see the full results. You need to spend more time and wait for it. If you feel like you want to conserve water, close your water. And yeah, also when buying conditioner, you need to make sure that you avoid any harmful ingredients. If you have any product on you that will create dandruff or any excess oils that really don't need to be there. So that's it, that's the step. All right, I've completed my hair care part. After that, you obviously do body wash, which also you make sure that you leave it on for a while. I also have the whole system of face wash, flossing my teeth with an air flosser. I do that at night to make sure that I'm fully clean. Now that I am ready, I'm just gonna make sure that you get all the water out. Just gently squeeze it. Then, for towels, don't use a normal towel, but use a microfiber. Imagine if I didn't catch that. This is from Aqueous. Aqueous is a microfiber hair towel brand, and when I apply it on, I make sure that I don't add any excess friction to kind of encourage the frizz. What's great about this microfiber towel is that there is a button that it connects to the ends when you are going to put it into a turban. I'll show you. So I do this, and I wrap my hair around it, and then I just make sure I gently squeeze out the hair. Then I gently just twist it a little bit, and then there's this strap over here that allows you to button it to the back of your hair. I can find it, it's really easy. What we're gonna do is we're gonna wait for it to dry 90% of the way using this hair turban. And another thing is to make sure that it dries out naturally. Let's wait for it to 90% dry, and then I'll see you in a bit. This is me without makeup. Now that you have dried your hair for 90% of the way, you will remove the hair turban. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're going to dump this or dry it out. Usually I maybe use it 3 times and then I will chuck it in there. So, I made it. Kobe. Okay, cringe. What you're gonna do is you're going to kind of brush your hair out. The policy is that you don't brush your hair because that will cause breakage because your hair is most vulnerable when it's wet. And also don't use heating tools because that will also add damage to your hair. The best way to do it is to just gently comb it through. Now, if there is a knot, just focus on that area and just keep brushing down. Now, similar to skincare, you also need to have hair care products. I'm going to use this energizing thickening tonic, which is what I apply on my scalp because I get dandruff often because, yeah, dry hair. So I just apply some on. Then I apply some Farewell Frizz Rose Hip Argan and Coconut Oil Blend. Okay, this is an oil. I used to hate oils, but I realized the importance of it for the ends of your hair. So you're going to get dime size amount once again, and then massage it onto your hand, and then slowly. You don't want to get too much on a concentrated area because what happens is it will bunch up your hair. So make sure that you are gently just applying it on slowly, and then I'm going to get, this is a leave-in conditioner. So what it does is it kind of retains that moisture onto your hair. So after that, I just apply a good amount onto my hair. This is the Mizani Miracle Milk. This is something new that I purchased because I finished my Briogeo leave-in conditioner and I have decided to try something new. So this is what I'm trying. All right, so now we're going to dry your hair with some Cool Air. Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
And then get your power on. And one more thing before we start, because it's just gonna make a loud noise, you need to make sure that you are blowing it downwards, or else if you blow it upwards, it's just gonna encourage frizz to go up. So always face it downwards to avoid frizz. Okay, of course, don't forget to prime your hair. Now what we're gonna do is you're gonna create a style for your hair. This is from the curly girl method that I learned about. I'm going to split it into 2 parts. Find the center part of your hair, split it. You're going to make sure that all that frizz is possibly eliminated and gently brush it. Now your hair needs to be drier than this, but because you have limited time. So you want a little bit of moisture to get that kind of look. So frizz is inevitable, okay? But the amount of frizz that I usually have is crazy. So now you're gonna start braiding it. You're just gonna grab 2 parts and then you're going to start twisting it. Twist it. Just like this. Come on, little bitch. And after, you're going to put it up here. You're going to clip it on like so. Okay, next part, you're gonna do the same thing. Twist it. Okay, then this side, and to clip it on. And then you can also kind of look like Princess Leia on the process with like a little bit of Dr. Seuss hair at the top. And then you're just going to sit that out, let it dry eventually, and then you can also sleep with it. Usually the recommended is to sleep with it. It's not painful at all because the clips are up high, so you're kind of just sleeping with it. And that has to do with consistency of applying the product and also making sure that I follow all the instructions that I have created for myself. And these were the things that worked for me. One of the things that I highly recommend is that if you live in a humid country, this won't last naturally. It's going to poof up, okay? If you have coarse, thick hair like me, when you reach a humid environment, it's just gonna go. One of the things you need to keep in mind is that when you are going out in a humid environment, quickly tie your hair with like a clip so that it doesn't cause damage to your hair. That's the policy that I've read from Luxie Hair. If you want it to be less obvious, buy black clips, but I mean, no one's really looking. So for me, I don't really care if I have yellow clips. My hair has gotten better, but that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please let me know in the comment section down below. But I will show you how it looks like after this dries, and I'll show you a snapshot after. Thank you.